This game. For the longest time, it just seemed like something I have to deal with in the future, but it's here now. So yeah, if you haven't noticed this already, this is my review of DmC Devil May Cry, and boy do I have a lot to say about it. Now, if you've seen the review of the demo I did at the Coffee Man, then you probably expect me to rage on this game like crazy, but... well, actually, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So let's start with the story. DmC has you take the role of Dante. No, not that one. You play as this atrocious punk, but I've got a story to explain, so we'll get back to him. So in the world of DmC, demons control everything through banking, invasion of privacy, and through subliminal messages all around people. Yeah. Anyways, Dante's a Nephilim, and he hooks up with this girl named Kat, who has magic spray cans full of squirrel jizz, and his long-lost brother, Virgil. Together, these three are the only hope for humanity to realize they're being controlled by demons. How do they accomplish this? Assault rifle abortion. But let's get serious. This game reeks of more edgy than Shadow the Hedgehog.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Making that all worse is that the game's writing is just embarrassing.
We make quite the team. I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better looking. Linus is behind the vault door. Let's not keep him waiting. And I got a bigger dick.
Like, when I first saw the whole poison thing back in the demo, I thought this game would be just so bad it's good, but the writing is so bad that it's cringeworthy. There are times that if I didn't intend on making a review, I would have muted my TV because it was just too painful to listen to. So with all that explaining out of the way, I want to do a quick character study of DmC's protagonist, Dante. Dante is a near vagrant living in a trailer where he commonly brings strippers to have copious amounts of sex with. He is quick to use profanity and is generally rude to everyone who isn't Kat, his love interest. Part of the previously mentioned embarrassing writing comes into play here with their relationship, and it comes to a head at the game's ending. I don't like Dante. I don't like the fact that we're supposed to like Dante, as his definition of cool is so juvenile that I'm not even sure capable adults wrote this character. I could rant about Dante for a whole video, but I've only covered about half of DmC thus far, and I intend to finish this review. So in short, Dante is an awful character among an awful story filled with mediocre to bad characters, all covered in sludge of awful writing. But the gameplay can redeem all this, says the critics. Well, I personally don't think so. When you've got a multitude of weak enemies around you, then it's indeed kind of fun to smack them around. But later in the game, all you ever see is like one or two enemies that are incredibly strong and require stupidly precise ways of killing them. Like, for example, there are these rats that can only be killed with an angel-type weapon or a demon-type weapon, and I think I had more trouble fighting them than any of this game's poorly programmed bosses. On that topic, I did not find a single boss battle in this game fun. Gold trophy for worst boss though goes to the final boss, Virgil, whose boss battle comes out of nowhere, is anticlimactic, and is interrupted by cutscenes so many times that it is impossible to get a decent combo on the guy. Oh, and this battle ends with a modest cliffhanger too, but that's a whole nother story. Now, I would talk about all the platforming in this game, but it's just there to me. It works, but I don't necessarily like it as it just feels as little more than padding. Another thing you have to know is how easy DmC is. I played it on the highest difficulty available from the start, and it was a cakewalk. Even on DmC mode, the game is still quite easy, as the only thing that seems to change is that some of the enemies from later levels appear in the early ones. Now, of course, I'm sure that the game is balls hard on Hell or Hell mode, but in order to get there, you'd have to beat the game several times, and I can easily think of other things I'd rather do than wait through this mess over and over again. Now it's about time I talk about what everybody likes about this game. The environments. And you know what? Yeah, they're pretty good. Personally, I think towards the end of the game, the environments get a lot duller, but overall the game looks very nice in design. But on the bad side, there seems to be a ton of small glitches with the graphics. I'm talking about broken shading, texture popping, and even some temporary freezing. Speaking of bad, how about that soundtrack, eh? The music in DmC is, to me, absolutely awful. I hate Combat Cry's speaker-breaking screamo music, and noisiest, monotonous wubbing isn't much better. While this music might be liked by some, to me they just felt like a tactical strike on my senses, and after a while of playing I had to mute the music because of the headache it was giving me. Finally, I want to talk about the game's replay value. If you like the game enough to replay it over and over again, there's some art and like 3 costumes to unlock. Keep in mind though that it is impossible to get a triple S rank on most missions without having to return to them later with new skills, so if you like getting high scores then I suppose you'll like that, but if you didn't like the game on your first run through then you won't on your second. So now for the final grade. In conclusion, I suppose if you're willing to ignore all of the story's faults and you're completely new to the hack and slash genre, you might have some fun with DmC. But to anyone who does have experience in the genre, then I'm sorry. I can't recommend this game to you. Oh, and if you're still asking, yeah, Metal Gear Rising is way better than this game. So moving on, you may have noticed that the Coffee Man and I made separate reviews on this game, and the answer is that our opinions were simply incompatible. But something came along, and we feel as if we must tackle together as our opinions are surprisingly well aligned on it. So stay tuned for our joint review of DmC's expansion DLC, Virgil's Downfall.
Damn it. Damn.